Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome to the She is Complete Summit. Woo-hoo-hoo. I am super excited to be here today. Thank you so much for being on the summit. And today with me is the beautiful, gracious. You will know when you get to see her. She is a phenomenal person, and her name is Jane Omar. Welcome, Jane Omar.
Thank you very much, Ruth. Thank you. It's an honor to be here.
Oh, okay, so please introduce yourself. Tell us what you do and everything about you.
Everything?
Oh, no, not everything. As briefly as you can introduce yourself, because some people have 3-page resumes, 1-page resume, and then the short bio. So just give us the half-page resume.
Well, like you said, my name is Jane. I'm known as Jane Omar. I'm a coach, and I'm an executive coach, and I'm also a business communication consultant. I'm a blogger. I write, and I'm the founder and president of a community and organization called Upside Africa that targets building and inspiring professionals and entrepreneurs in Africa.
Wow, awesome. That's really nice. That's something that everyone should. Obviously, there will be a link for people to join up to that organization. Yes,
indeed, there will be.
Thank you. So if your life were to be a movie, were to be a movie, what would be the title and why?
I'm not. This is a bit of a difficult question for me, because if I'm to give my life a title, I think I will need a few years to come up with a proper title.
Oh wow!
Yes. I'm actually still. I'm still
and a subtitle and an explanation.
I'm still working on the title. I would use the word Braveheart.
Okay.
Braveheart. I like the name Braveheart. I like the name Good Heart. My life is all about the heart. Everything I do, everything I am is all about the heart. And my native name is Obioma.
Oh.
And I think it's something. Yes, exactly. A name that perfectly describes me, describes everything that my life has been about. It's the heart.
Oh, awesome. The heart, brave heart. Okay, so what does God mean to you? Who is God to you, or what's God to you? Is he an idea or personality? Just explain what God means to you.
God is everything.
Okay.
God is everything. That's it, really. God for me is the center. God for me is also the edges. God is life. God is love. God is peace. God is strength. God is wisdom. God is everything that I am and everything that I want to be. So God is it.
Awesome. God is it. God is everything.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think I started the She's Complete community, and every time I say complete woman, people tend to misinterpret it to mean someone who's perfect, and then the whole Proverbs 31 woman. Do you think the complete woman or the total woman exists? Do you think she does exist in real life today? And how would you describe such a person if you think she does exist?
I'm going to incline towards two answers.
Okay.
So for me, I'd say a big resounding yes, that there is a complete woman.
Okay.
There is a complete individual. Why? Because in the Bible, I think it's in the book of Colossians, I think it's Colossians chapter 2, verse 9, I think it is. The Bible says that we are complete in him. And really, that's it. You don't need anything else. In him, you're complete. So if you are in Christ, if you're in God, that's all you need to be complete.
Awesome. Awesome.
That's the yes.
Okay.
On the other hand, if you look at the word complete, if you look at the literal meaning, the dictionary meaning of the word complete, we're looking at, or you're considering something or someone who has or who possesses all the necessary parts, the components, everything that is needed is available. Yeah. It's also defined as having come to an end. Yeah. And now here is where I say no.
No. Okay.
All right. Because a woman and an individual must be a work in progress.
Okay.
So there is absolutely nothing finished about me. There's nothing complete in that sense about me. And so it's a process, and as you grow, as you move from one level to the other, you acquire the necessary components that you need for every stage of life. So a woman is complete, but a woman is a process. Okay. And so as you move from one stage to another, you are able to pick up everything you need for each stage. And once you don't need it anymore, you can let it go and move on to the next stage. So a woman is a process. Every individual is a process. Is a work in progress.
Awesome. I like the two sides of the blade. Woman, yes, is complete, and no, isn't complete because she is still in the process. And that's even why the theme of the summit is becoming, because every woman, every individual is actually in the process, whether or not you want to admit or not. Now, so in that light, do you think that a single woman or single lady can be all she needs or all she has to be, can fulfill purpose in her life without necessarily being married or having children and all that?
Now, this is something that I'm very passionate about when I talk to women, especially the younger generation, even also people my age and people older. When I find myself speaking to women, one of the things I strongly insist on is the fact that we all must begin to acknowledge the fact that your marital status must not in any way, in any sense, be the defining factor of who you are, of what your life is about, or of your purpose in life.
Awesome. People need to hear that again. Can you please take that again?
Now, let me see if I can rephrase it, because at the end of the day, people have attached so much importance to marital status. And there was a ministration I received some time ago about the word single.
Okay. When
you call a woman single, what does that mean? What's the connotation of the word single? People think of someone who is alone, someone who is, it's just you. And we have just talked about being complete. Now, when we talk about she is complete, the woman is complete in him, there is nowhere in the Bible, and there is nowhere in the mind of any logically thinking human being where it says you're complete in him if you're married.
Exactly.
So I really strongly insist that we must ensure that this message gets to every woman, young, old. It doesn't matter your age, it doesn't matter your status, your social status, your marital status. It does not matter where you are, but you must remember and constantly remind yourself that your marital status must not be the defining factor of who you are, of your purpose in life, of what you've been called here to do. we must begin to say no to societal definition of who we are and what we must accomplish before you are able to be considered this or that.
Exactly. That the societal pressures, the societal definition of who a woman should be. And so you find people say if a woman is so age and she isn't yet married, the woman is either irresponsible or there's something wrong with her, or what, one thing or the other. And so people begin to disrespect women because you're either not married or you're married, you don't have children. I mean for several crazy reasons, you know.
I agree with you. But I always say also that if we continue to blame the society, then we would change nothing.
Okay.
I think it's something that behoves us individually, that once you come to this awareness, you will be able to free your sister from those expectations. Understand that the laws and the norms that we have in the society are imposed on us by human beings.
True.
And we are also the people who are going to break those expectations. We are the people who are going to say no to those expectations. We're going to say, we are the one that will stand up and say, enough. You know what? That's it. Enough. People can choose not to get married. Apostle Paul in the Bible decided not to get married.
Yeah.
We have so many instances of women that God used mightily, and there was no mention of marriage.
Yes.
Now, marriage is a wonderful thing. Marriage is a beautiful thing. Marriage is an institution that has been ordained by God. And I agree. But you are an individual. You as a woman, you are an entity. And with marriage, without marriage, with a man, without a man, with children, without children, you are complete and you can find fulfillment. You can focus on your purpose. You can live a life of impact. You can bless generation. A woman does not complete a man. A woman must not complete a man.
Exactly.
And a man must not be who completes you. You must be able to walk into the life of anyone, to share an already full life with somebody else.
Boom.
So if you sit down and you're waiting for someone to come and fulfill you, for something to happen before you find fulfillment, you are disappointing God. You are disappointing your creator, the one who has deposited so much potentials in you and waiting for you to wake up and put those potentials to work. So your marital status does not define you. No matter what the society tells you, you first of all have to convince yourself here that it's a great thing if I find a guy, it's a great thing if I get married, but if I don't ever get married, it's still fine. If I don't have kids, it's still fine.
Wow.
I can still leave this earth, stand before my creator, and have a testimony, a life of testimony, a life of impact, a life that has blessed, a life that has raised generations. And that's not because of your husband. That's not because of your children.
True.
You account for the gift and the potential that God has given you. You don't account for that of your husbands.
Exactly.
Or of your children. So your fulfillment is not based on your marital status. And single, it's really not the word. You are unmarried.
Yeah.
Not single. You are married. And that's it. It's the adjective that would properly define your status, unmarried.
Okay.
Because the fact that you're not wearing a ring on your third finger does not mean that you're alone.
True.
There are people who are unmarried and their lives are fuller than some married people.
Exactly.
And there are people who are married and they have tasted loneliness and let me not go into that, but I'm sure you understand what
I understand what you're saying so very well, so very well. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I believe if you're listening or you're watching, and you're either single or you have a sister or you have a friend, please do reach out to people, your friends, reach out to them, hold them up, because we are part of the society. We make up the society. So if we believe that we can be who God has put in us, we can be all that we were meant to be, then we should go out and do that. That is what, like you said now, that is what we are going to be to account to God, to give account on the talent, the skills, things that He has put in us. What did you do with it? Let us not be like the ungrateful servants. So, okay, so now, what was one misconception you had about life or about women when you were much, much, much way younger than that?
That was quite a time ago. Okay. In my own personal journey, part of my testimony is founded on the fact that I was born with so many different beautiful gifts and blessings. And I am that child that came in and came into the family and literally changed the lives of everyone.
Wow.
Yeah, I am still considered a very special child. Okay. And however, growing up, I got to a point in my life as a kid that I began to apologize for
who you were.
Yes, for being so wonderful.
Wow. Oh my Lord. Oh my goodness.
I started feeling sorry for people that could not understand the special grace that was working in my life. And I began to shy away from the spotlight. I began to hide from standing out. I didn't want to be seen because I didn't want to make people feel bad
about themselves.
Or to identify their own mediocrity, and I
get that so well. I get that. So it's just like I'm hearing my life history being told out. Wow.
You know how it is. And sometimes I still don't have the word to explain it. I was the kid who jumped. I didn't do primary 2, and I almost didn't do primary 4. Okay. Because I was too intelligent, in quotes.
Yeah.
I knew my teachers would actually bring me up. I was the tiniest girl in class, but I'm the youngest. But my teachers would actually give me the textbook and ask me to teach.
Wow.
And there were lots of things that happened, but a lot of my classmates, they didn't like me.
No, they won't.
I was the one who was always first in class, doing well, and all of that. And all of this, at a point, it became a burden. And I didn't want it. I did not want the attention. I started hiding from the attention. I didn't want to be seen. I was suppressing my light. I was kind of trying to shrink myself, to make myself smaller so that I can fit in, so that I can be one of the others, so that at least, we can. That was one of misconceptions that I had about life. I didn't understand that it was okay to just be me and to glow and to be fabulous and wonderful and just be all these shades of awesomeness that God has made me to be. I didn't give myself the permission to show everything that God has given, has deposited inside me, because I didn't want to, shake the equation. I really didn't want to be, what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like
I said before, the society. And I remember when I wanted to buy my first car, and my mom said, no, don't even think about it, because, men will run away from you. And that's a misconception.
Yeah.
After I made my first 1 million naira, I could not go out there and buy the things I wanted to buy for myself, because, you don't want to intimidate the boys. And you don't want people to see, you don't want people to know you're doing well, just keep yourself humble, that definition of humility.
Humble, yeah.
And don't, and all the don'ts, So accepting those things, for me, I really consider them misconceptions. And I consider that to my younger self, I'll tell myself, you know what, Jane, do it.
Yeah.
Just shine. Slay, babes, slay. Go ahead and do it. Be bold and fabulous and awesome. Be all shades of awesome. Do what God has deposited in you. Don't sit on it. Don't shrink. And don't apologize for it.
True.
Because only in showing it will you learn to be better.
Exactly.
When you sit on it, you don't, it's like gold. When you take hold of gold, you don't take gold and you bury it. You take gold and it goes through the process. You don't pay such an exorbitant amount of money for a piece of jewelry, diamond, and then you leave it in the bank. You don't do that.
No.
You wear it, and when it comes in contact with light, it glows. People appreciate the beauty. People are inspired by the beauty. Blessed by the beauty. Sorry. And so I would say to my younger self, God didn't make you awesome because it was a bad thing. He didn't make you awesome because he wanted to burden you. He made you awesome because you were meant to be a blessing. And the only way to be a blessing is the light. As the light that you are, you must be on top of the bushel. You cannot be under. If you are the light of the world, which God has called you to be, you must shine. You must position yourself at a point where your glow, the light that comes from you, will be useful to shut out the darkness around you. But if you put yourself under the table, the room will still be in darkness.
Exactly.
You must find a prominent position and put yourself there so that your light will extend and illuminate everywhere around you. That's what I'll tell my younger self.
Exactly. Wow.
Just go ahead and be all God told you to be, because that's the only way you will get better. That is the only way to get better. If you don't put yourself out there, you can never be better. You will remain the same. You cannot multiply and you cannot impact.
Exactly. Thank you so much for sharing. I mean, I have been overwhelmed with joy hearing this. Now, from your experience, now what can you expatiate on the theme becoming? The woman in the process. What she is right now, and then what she is to be.
For me, becoming is a continuous verb, is an action verb that involves constant action. You don't stop. And when you made mention of the past, the present, and the future, they are dots. I consider them as dots on a blank sheet of paper. Okay. And so when you think about becoming, all of the 3 dots are very important. And you must be able to connect all of them in a way that the present is always constantly better than the past, and that the present prepares you for the future.
Awesome.
So, what had happened in the past, usually I consider them in my own life, I consider them in 2 different ways. They are the good things that have helped me to be where I am.
Okay.
Yeah, they are the good things, the good seeds that have grown to become the trees that are either giving me shade right now, or bearing fruits and giving me to feeding me. And then on the other hand, I sometimes consider them as weeds.
Okay.
That I have had to, or I will have to uproot to make sure that the fruitful trees in my present will continue to grow and will continue to bear fruit.
So at every time there are good things and there are bad things that we need to take care of.
Of course. And especially when you look at the past, when I look at the past and I look at some choices, I look at some decisions, I look at, certain things that one has had to do or not do. For me, it's simply that it was a necessary part, an essential component of my present, because I learn what to do.
Okay.
But I also learn what not to
do. True. Exactly.
So when I'm thinking of becoming, yes, I'm thinking of a process. Like I said, the woman and every individual is a process, is a work in progress.
Okay.
It's something that is constantly happening, constantly evolving, constantly. And I always use the word learn new things, but also unlearn some old things.
Yeah.
So there are things in the past that were very strict lessons that I have learned, or things that were handed down from generation to generation. But then the world around us revolves. Okay. So when you think of becoming, you must become in a way that you are constant, but that you are also fit to adapt to the components of the present.
Exactly.
Because you are, inside of you carry your own components, but also every day also comes with its own components. So what we must pursue, or what we must endeavor to achieve, is a point where we find a balance, so that I can take the components that today has brought, and I will bring the components that I have inside of me. And like Lego, I don't know if you know Lego games.
Yes, Lego games, yes.
So you take the components and you bring them
together.
And you are able to
create something.
That for me is becoming. Now, that is something that I have it today. And the future is sure. The future is sure because, like I said, me being a woman of God, me being someone who has God at the center, everything about me, He knows the end from the beginning. My future is sure.
Yes.
However, the thing we must learn and we must remember about the future is the fact that as you step into the future, you must be ready. You must be willing to sometimes break and remove again all those components to eventually assemble them together, maybe in a different way, or maybe in the same way. That is what you don't know. That is the part about the future that you don't know.
Okay.
But the part about your future that you know is that it is sure and it is set in Christ.
Yes. And it is for good.
And it is for good. It is for good. I always say to people that, and this is my own mantra, you know, it's something that I constantly tell myself. Everything that's happening to me or that's happened to me in the past, and this includes the good, the bad, the ugly, okay? All of this, they work together for my good.
True.
There is a point where you bring all of these things, you know, the one that I consider as good. I use the word consider, that I consider, because sometimes I don't know. I'm thinking this is wonderful, but maybe it's not so
good for you, yeah.
You know, and then there's something I'm thinking, oh my word, this is terrible. Oh, and I am crying my eyes out, and I'm feeling frustrated, and I'm feeling tired, and I'm like, oh my, why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to me? And maybe that's actually one of the best things that would have happened to me, because out of that, something wonderful will happen.
Yeah. So, and we can only know in hindsight.
Exactly. Exactly. But if you have faith, if you understand the concept of faith, if you are a Christian and you understand the importance and the concept of faith, then you will be able to hold all the pieces that life gives you, hold it together, and then you see the future that rightfully belongs to you.
Awesome.
And with all of these pieces, you create the future that is yours. Because God has given us everything, but He's given us the pieces. Sometimes it is left for us to put them together in the right way. And the way you put them together, that will determine the results that you will get. So that, for me, is a very short definition of becoming for me.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for sharing that. Now, would you consider that, okay, I think from your definition, it's obvious that the past isn't totally irrelevant. You know, the past is the crucible, or from what you shared, that the past is something that we are made from into who we are now.
Absolutely. I don't think the past is irrelevant.
Okay.
I do not share the message of forget your past.
Okay.
I usually don't share that message. Don't forget your past. I mean, if there are things that you've done in the past that weigh you down, you need to put them into proper perspective. Your past are just bricks. They are just, they are bricks. They are, when you're building a house, they are the bricks you use.
Yeah.
And then the thing is that with these bricks, you select the ones that are strong enough, and then the ones that are not strong enough, you remove them. So when you talk about the past, it's very important. It's essential. Because most of the time, it's a good part of the foundation of your present. Who you are today, whether you like it or not, is influenced by a lot of things you did in the past.
True.
Whether you agree or not, your mindset is determined by the things that you had experienced in the past. Your outlook today, I'm not talking about tomorrow.
Yes. What you are today, yes.
Exactly. It's greatly influenced by the experiences you've had in the past, by where you have been in the past, by the people that have been in your life in the past. That is a very big part of your present. Now, I'm not saying it's always good. And I'm not saying it's always bad. I am saying that if you are aware of this, if you're conscious of this, then you can decide what to do with every single brick of your past. You can decide where you want to put them. You know, there are some bricks that you don't want to use around the pillars. There are some things you don't want to appear in the living room. There are things you want to put in the bathroom, in the toilet. You know, there are things you just want to use them to do the back you know, the back door, the front yard, the backyard. You know, just and the things you don't want anyone to see. You know, and the ones that you want to put in front so that everybody will see it.
Yes.
At the end of the day, your past experiences really constitute a part of your. Now, if you're conscious of it, you will handle it well. You cannot pretend that the things that happened in the past did not happen. You can't wish it away.
Yeah.
That's why people get depressed. You cannot. You can't ignore it. But you can learn from it. You can be picky. You know, the ones that are not functional, the ones that are not serving any positive purpose, you can throw them away. You can crush them and use them to put up something else.
Sure.
You can uproot them and just dispose of them in a way that you have you can focus on the positives one. And so for me, the past is not the lessons. The past is a teacher. Your past is a teacher. And you have good teachers, you have bad teachers, but you have teachers.
Yeah.
The teachers are there.
Yeah.
So you decide what you pay attention to and the ones you don't.
And what lessons to learn from them.
Yes.
Yes. So now, on a lighter note, what's your take on older women and younger guys? You know, I mean, someone looking as fabulous as you are. So, wow. I mean, some guys will miss. I'm sure they don't get your age. Some younger guys can feel, oh wow, I think I can approach this, but I'm like, oh look, I'm 5 years older. Oh, it doesn't show, you know. So, what's your take on older women, young guys, and then younger women, and then much older guys, say 15 years, 20 years, or 12 years, 14 years. And they're good. They look good.
Okay, when you say they look good, you're making it difficult for me to be sensible.
They don't look like grandpas. You know, they just have some touch of gray hairs, and they just look really nice.
You know, the 6 packs, you know.
Yeah. No, just one pack, just one nice pack.
Just one nice pack. I see what you're doing, Ruth. I see what you're doing. Well, I'm hoping my husband is not going to watch this video.
Oh.
Because he wants to get me into trouble.
Okay, no, he won't watch it, hopefully.
All right, if you guarantee me that, I would say that as an older woman, it is flattering. Why not? It's flattering when I see all these hot smoking boys kind of coming to my inbox and saying, "Hi, baby." I looked at your pictures and you're looking hot. I'm like, You know, it's flattering. It's flattering. I think we as women, we do enjoy attention, and it's important that we are made to feel like, you know, that we still got it. You know, that's a factor. You know, that we still got it going. Absolutely. So it could be flattering. A relationship between an older woman and a younger guy. Listen, let me say this. One of the things I tell myself is to make my own rules.
Okay.
I make my own rules and I break my own rules.
Okay.
So because I make them, because I'm the one making the rules, I can break them.
Yeah.
Yeah? So there are no rules.
Okay.
Really, there are no rules. There are no fixed rules. And life has taught me never to say never.
Okay.
So I remember when I was in school, and you know, you see a freshman coming up to chat you up, and I've never really dated. I've never dated anyone my age. Never.
Really?
No, I mean, like, I mean, I didn't date much when I was young,
Okay.
but number of, no, I couldn't stand boys my age. They were too
Immature.
Back then, honestly, I really, at a point, my sister was worried because we're in a conversation and I'm like, I beg, seriously, is this what we're going to be talking about now? And all my friends, they're really older than I am. And, but that's me.
Yes.
You know, I have a cousin who is married to she's a distant cousin, and she's married to a guy who is 4 years her junior.
Okay.
And a friend of mine here also just got married to a guy who is 6 years younger. So, and they're happy.
Yeah.
They're happy. There are no rules. Relationship is not something you want to put into a tag. You don't tag relationships. There are no rules. The heart. Love is not something that comes with it has to be, and it doesn't have to be, and it can't be. No. So, like, seriously, me, if a guy is not. So, and they're good to look at. The younger men they take they focus on them. Some of them, not all of them. They pay attention to the exterior.
Okay.
And, why not? It's pleasant to the eyes, isn't it?
Okay. I hope you have these same sentiments if your daughter comes up and says, "Mom, hey, mom," because some people it's different for them, and then when it's their children, like, how can you be married a small boy?
Well, see, the most important thing for me is his mind,
Okay,
his heart.
There
are people who are young, and seriously, age is just a number.
True.
Truly, age is just a number. This is not cliche. It's not a cliche. Truly, age is just a number. And you don't judge a book by the cover. So if my daughter is to bring home a younger guy, the only thing I'm going to tell her is, well, are you sure it's you that he loves or me? Because I mean, like, if he's into older women, you have a competition there.
Okay.
So but seriously now, my priority will be his head and his heart.
Okay.
And I think that's what we should all look at in our relationships, the people we interact with. Pay attention to their head, their thinking process, the way they think, their mindset. You know, the mindset is something that is not, most of the time, that it's not given the attention it requires.
Yeah.
You know, the Bible says that as a man thinketh. So
pay attention to their head, the way they think, and then their heart.
Your head, the mind, and their heart. Does he have a heart for Christ? How is his heart beating? How does that heart beat? And that's what's important. And if one is happy and comfortable and, sure that this is where you want to be at any particular time, by all means, please go ahead.
Go ahead. Awesome. So what are your last words for the 14-year-old, who's on Facebook? I know they come on social media these days really early. You have young teenagers who are exploring and probably one or two is watching this right now. So what would you say to that person?
14-year-old, thanks your studies.
Okay.
Study and study. Get a good education. Get a good education. Now, no matter how talented you think you are, no matter how fabulous you think you are, no matter how beautiful and how awesome you think you are, you need a good education. And at 14, you really shouldn't be on social media.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Because I wonder why there's that onslaught of teenagers all around the place.
Yes. I mean, I see you on social media and I'm asking, what the heck are you doing here? Why, have you finished your homework?
Awesome. That's a mommy speaking. Now, have you finished your homework?
Indeed. And then I'll also tell them that an education is a wonderful thing, but if you find God early, and if you heed his word, you will save yourself a lot of trouble. You will save yourself a lot of trouble. God loves you. I know God loves all of us. And I know he loves you as much as he loves me. Now I'm speaking to the 14-year-old. I'm speaking directly to you. Or 15 or 13. I don't care how old you are. But I'm saying to you, God loves you as much as he loves me. And every single mistake you make in life, God will graciously help you out of it. But there's always a price to pay. There's always a price. So in your best interest, find God early, heed his word, focus well. And there are lots of things, there are lots of troubles, there are lots of setbacks that you will save yourself. Focus well. This is when you're building. You are a house that is being built right now. That we're setting the foundations, defining the pillars, the size of the pillars, where this is going to be and how this is going to be. Watch who you talk to. Be very careful about who you relate to. Your friends. There's an expression that says, show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are.
Yeah.
Who are your friends? Who are your friends? How many hours are you spending with your friends and how many hours are you spending with yourself? It's never too early to start, manifest your gift, to show all that God has called you to be. As a matter of fact, the sooner you start, the better. But you have steps. If you jump one step,
you could fall.
You won't hold. And there's a possibility that after you've gotten to the top, you will be forced to come down and take that step.
True.
So follow the process. Grow. Allow yourself to be influenced and impacted positively, because you will impact and influence your generation. But before you can do that, you have to go through the process. Before you can inspire, you must be inspired. Before you can comfort someone, you must be comforted.
Exactly.
Before you can teach someone, you must have been taught.
Exactly.
Observe the process. Be patient with the process. Go through the process. Focus on your education. Get yourself a good education as much as you can. Get yourself a good education. And God loves you more than you know. You think you know what you want in life at this age? Maybe in 10 years, we'll have another conversation, you and I. Yeah. And like I said, God loves you, and go and finish that homework.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jane. Thank you. It has been a wonderful time with you here. So how can anyone reach you, should in case they want to get in touch with you, to be part of your community, to have this touch of inspiration, from time to time?
I'm on social media as Jane Oma. I'm on Facebook as Jane Oma. Okay. I'm on Twitter as Jane Oma or My Ruby Heals. The name of my blog is My Ruby Heals, and on that blog I share inspiration and motivation, and I bring you gentle reminders of the things that are really important in life. Sometimes we forget. Sometimes we get so carried away. Sometimes we're focusing on so many other things. And so you can reach me via the blog. You can reach me on my Facebook page, Jane Oma. I have a group, a community where we also share inspiration. It's My Ruby Hills Facebook group. And also my organization, Upside Africa. We're also on Facebook, on Twitter, and I'm also on Instagram. I think I'm too old for Instagram, but I'm there, Sha.
No, it's okay. It's okay. We need people like you there too, so that we know that big aunties here. Thank you so much.
And I look forward to connecting with you.
Yeah, the links will be posted below the audios and the videos so that everyone can follow. And I yes, you have a book on Amazon.
Yes, I do.
Yes, yes. And so yes, I think we would also love to have a link for that too.
Okay. It's called The Incredible Lightness of Inspiration. When you're inspired, everything really becomes lighter. Awesome. Incredibly lighter.
Awesome. I can just imagine the feeling of lightness after reading it. It has been wonderful speaking with you here.
It has been. I've had a good time. I really have enjoyed this time with you, Ruth.
Wow.
Thank you so much for what you're doing. Really, thank you so much for putting together this wonderful summit. I do sincerely believe that a lot of people will that cough. You're healed in Jesus' name.
I don't know. Thank you so very much. It has been wonderful listening to everyone share their stories. I see we are different, but we're similar in so many ways, and it's good that every people know that. Look, some people have been there, done that, and so because they are living examples that you can. They are living examples that you can be all that God has put on your inside.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. God bless you.
Bless you too. Bless you too.
Take
Have a lovely day.
You too.
Bye.